Good morning, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, market check enjoyers of all ages, and welcome to today's episode of Market Check brought to you by BB. There is no second best daily YouTube live stream to talk about these markets. And what a fine Friday it is once again. I know I might sound redundant, but another week in markets has once again flown by. I feel like it's applicable this week, though, guys. I'll be honest, because I was thinking about it this morning and I was like, wow, that whole thing with the markets happened on Monday. It's only been 4 or 5 days, and we've already seen all the volatility, that is encompassed on the chart that you can see, as well as other markets in just 4 or 5 days. I'm sure we're going to talk about not just what markets are going to do going forward, but probably also going to reflect a little bit on the week that was. A very volatile week, a week hopefully filled with lots of opportunity for you, though, as well. I'm Snorlax. You guys also know me as Tommy. I'm joined by Max Tucker and Louis Tuesday on a Friday. Welcome, guys. Before we can dive into the charts, before we can start cooking for you guys, reminiscing everything else that we have in store for you today, I'm going to ask for you all to smash, slam, or hammer that like button on this Friday. Celebrate the fact that it is almost the weekend. You'll probably be able to turn your brain off for a few days after a dopamine overload that was the last 4 or 5 days. But first, I'm going to ask you guys, like I said, to smash that like button. And shout out to the guys who are sending the super chats already before the stream, guys. I mean, that's the type of energy we got this week. We love you guys. We love you guys tuning in here every single day this week and being active participants of the community. Good morning, Habibis.
Yes, I was going to say you need to read it. Can you read the first sentence, please?
Good morning, BB Habibis.
That's right.
How are we doing today? Let's fucking stay strong. Valhalla is waiting for us. Keep doing what you're doing. We're all behind you. You guys are the GOATs. Let's go. Thank you, Crypto Maxi. Shout out to him.
We had another one. And
to the Moon 806. We are fucking pumping, boys. Like it or now. Or I'm assuming like it or not. I mean, what are we even talking about here?
Great
question.
Great question.
Oh man, I love the energy we've already started the stream with, guys. I mean, markets have brought it, like I said, pretty much all week, right? I mean, we had a huge dump to start the week. We've already eaten up the dump. I think Bitcoin and ETH, I haven't back tested this, but I'm pretty sure they've had their largest daily green candles from a percentage change standpoint all year. What a week, man. What a week. I mean, I almost feel like talking about super granular price action like I like to do at this part of the show is a disservice to the week that we just had, right? I mean, holy cow. Weeks like these are why you enter markets in the first place, right? Whether you are, and that's true of both sides, I think. I mean, there was really meat on the bone for, all angles. You could have made a ton of money shorting. You could have made a ton of money longing, a ton of money as an investor buying at deep value prices. Oh, man. I don't want to ramble on, but like what a week, man. I feel like I kind of already caught up on my weekend sleep, right? Because we're all probably going to hit the hay at some point this weekend and be like, and we're going to reflect and just say, wow, that was one hell of a week. It's time for me to take a nap, though. It kind of hit me last night. I went to bed super early, but I'm feeling great. Let's talk about markets, though, guys. Let's talk about those granularities. Let's talk about the high time frames. And of course, let's reminisce. What are we seeing in the markets, not just this morning, but also throughout this week?
Dude, another super chat? Guys, talk about keeping the lights on at BB.
Oh, dude, I couldn't let Naka keep getting away with the bear posting after we went up 30% in 3 days, man. I had to come for him. I had
Hit him
to
with the hammer.
Study
Tucker
that.
hasn't had a bad tweet in 2 years, man. He's never missed, man.
Buddy never missing.
Never missing.
Man.
He's
Never lost.
LeVar Ball, man. Never lost. Never lost.
Never lost. Oh, guys. What do you think about that right there?
Nice.
I mean, all right, look. Here's the deal. We pumped really hard off the floor. We're up over 10,000 points off that low. It's been less than a week. Whoever's doing this to the market needs to go to jail, right? Like this is
Yes.
like I like volatility, but this is like too much for me even. Like let's pick a damn direction already and stop destroying everybody. It's been 5 months, man. I mean, these are so who's ever doing this is not my Habibi, okay? At the end of the day, like I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. We need to pick a direction. I will say this. We are either about to V-recover, in my opinion, and like by the end of this month, we could be at new highs or pushing above 70K. Or we are about to basically see a complacency shoulder roll over and it's going to die. But I don't think that's going to happen, right? Like I don't think that that's going to happen. But this is wild, man. This is wild volatility. It's kind of awful, honestly. Like I'm ready to like pick a damn direction. Like let's go.
Yeah, Max. I think like where it's different because I've seen a lot, and the Naka tweet was about this, obviously, right? Like Naka was looking for
he was looking at the 69 top.
Oh, you're right. No, he was. I didn't even look at it that hard. I was just like, I know this is bearish.
No need.
No, but like this is so different because you had like one
complete opposite
2 3 and then you had a shoulder, right? And like you even could have just sold on a break of that,
and on the 1 2 3 Tucker you had higher highs and then you had a break structure to the downside. This is not
lower highs. Yeah,
it's the same thing. It's the same thing in the opposite direction.
Yes,
I mean we drew it out yesterday, like the whole like this pattern thing,
broadening
like
wedge.
Yeah, like it's kind of like I think a megaphone,
Yeah,
if you will. It's like a megaphone, and you just had that as like, what do you think we're gonna do? And then maybe you do,
You can still even draw like a bull flag too, with like if you avoid
there's a bunch. I mean, you can draw a little cup and handle. Like there's infinite things you can.
It's all bullish.
Here's the thing, man. Is like
it's all bullish.
Regardless, okay. I think you could all agree. Like you enter the market here, like this is your spot. Like this, the wick, even around here. Like if we're in a bull market, we're gonna go higher. This is your spot. But it takes some serious nuts to enter the market after the kind of volatility and shakeouts that we've had. You got to step in front of this thing, put it all out there. You got to put your nuts on the table, man. Like I know that's vulgar, but like there's a time, there's an inflection point, there's a fork in the road when you have to sack up and do it. And in my opinion, like study the NASDAQ fractal. Jack has painted it beautifully a couple weeks ago. We need to do the NASDAQ fractal. God, I love that. Is that the yearly, Tucker?
Yep.
Dude, that is so nice.
The most important line on the chart right there.
Put that up, bro, but put another chart up to the right. Let's put the NASDAQ fractal up. Like you need to do this. And I promise you, we were playing stocks in October when this happened. We were all together. The team was together when this bottom was happening. We were in Kansas City. Okay. I remember that drop and we were like, oh boy. It needs to turn right here. This thing's going to literally Bart Simpson. Like, you need to do this pattern. There's no other way around it. You've had enough shakeouts. There's been enough FUD. You've had everything. You've had every possible thing. You've had let's name it all, right? You've had like the Mt. Gox distributions. I guess technically we could count like a new product like the ETH ETF putting some downside pressure on markets, right? What else was there? There was some more FUD.
Germany.
Yeah, Germany selling. You had a huge unemployment miss. You had a VIX spike to 65. You had the yen carry trade beginning to unwind. I mean, you've kind of had everything, right? And there's clearly demand for Bitcoin in the mid to low 50s, like serious mega demand. You need this fractal to play out. Like this is your roadmap. I don't think you get to go down a fourth time. I really don't. I don't think you get to go down a fourth time. Does anybody here disagree with me that you could go down a fourth time?
No, you can't.
I mean, if you're going down a fourth time, you're coming down a lot.
That's what I think. Wait, say that again, Tommy. Your mic kind of fizzled out there.
If you're going down a fourth time, you're going down a lot more than just like another lower, like a marginal lower low. So you kind of, that's why I've been saying you kind of have to V recover out of here, or else, yeah, you're coming down a lot more than, like I said, a marginal lower low.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
you
that was
can't
this-
shoulder this. You can't shoulder this, and furthermore, you can't even stall out too long. I think you need to just rip. You were gonna say something, Louis?
Yeah, no, I was gonna say like this most recent downturn is already like kind of pushing it. You know what I mean? Like this is like I already thought we had max pain already. Like this range has been just horrible, you know, for a lot of people, including us. You know what I mean? We're, you know, beginning of the range, like, it's only been a couple months. Then we're like, okay, now it's 5 months. Like, what's going on? Then we're, you know, constantly just ripping to the downside and bouncing. But yeah, it's got to be here. And I don't think we'd be bouncing this hard, this quick, if we weren't going to be recovered out of here. I think we would just keep going. We would already would have lost the lows. Would have probably got rejected at that 50, you know, 56. K 66.5K level, that low that we already just reclaimed. We probably would have rejected there on a weak like bearish retest and rolled over, but we didn't. But yeah, we got to pick a direction. We only have so much more time as far as you know, a Bitcoin and crypto market cycle goes. So it's got to happen. It's got to happen, you know, swiftly.
We got a year.
Yeah,
We got a year, boys, and I think and we mapped it out, right? Like technically you can keep chopping until the election happens, right? Like you can. We have before. Not necessarily like, you know, like this, you know, that's not what I'm saying, but you don't have to do that until really like Q4, right? But
Tucker, your mic sounds great today, by the way. I don't know what you did differently.
I'm just real close to it. I'm real close.
Yeah, it sounds nice.
Like
Nice,
right here. Oh
like
yeah,
nice
you can see it.
bass in your voice today. It's nice.
Boom.
Yeah.
What this is the only other thing where I'm like, we're just kind of pinched here, right? Like you got yearly VWAP and quarterly VWAP, and you're just kind of messing around. And then obviously if you throw the volume profile on here, you know, it's right. It really, you just got to close above like 61K, 61.5, and I think you teleport back up here.
Tucker, what do you think about the ETH CME gap? I know Bitcoin filled its CME gap. Do you think that the ETH BTC chart lends some confluence to ETH outperforming Bitcoin filling its CME gap at least?
Damn, look at ETH yearly VWAP. That's bad. Well, that's on futures, but
Show the cloud.
I'd say let's ignore the cloud because it doesn't look good. I'll just tell you.
Let's ignore the cloud.
Let's just remove the data that doesn't fit our bias. All right. Let's just just get rid of that. We don't.
It's just ETH, so you know I had to say something about it.
I knew you were gonna mention it.
Oh,
It's
my
okay.
God, dude.
I can't get mad at the tiger for biting. You know, it's in his nature.
Yeah.
I mean, all I can say is, study summer of last year. That's all I have to say. Right there. Bang.
It took way too long though. Not down for that.
Study a sped up version of that. All right, but that VWAP aside, right? VWAP aside.
You want the gap filled?
I want the gap filled, but maybe Tucker, you could pull up another chart next to it. Just put up ETH BTC. Do we think that ETH BTC has enough in the tank to maybe even rally this weekend and ETH goes to 3K and fills that gap? Because Bitcoin did. Typically, both gaps will fill. We have to zoom in, right? You're pretty zoomed out there. But you know, do we think ETH will fill the CME gap? And will it be from ETH outperformance, or will ETH fill the CME gap by ETH BTC continuing to bleed and then ETH USD getting dragged up by Bitcoin ripping to like 65? Or do you not think the gap will get filled?
The gap up to 3K?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think we're gonna fill the. Of course, we're gonna fill the gap, but yeah, will it be from? I see what you're saying. I mean, given the ETH BTC chart, that doesn't give me a ton of confidence in ETH, it being done by ETH outperforming, but I mean, this could have been your capitulation wick, right? And then you kind of backfilled some of it, so you could, I could see that. I could see that happening, but I also don't want to call a bottom on ETH BTC because it's just not a good time.
You can't miss, bro. Just keep calling it every day, and then eventually you'll get it. And then we'll clip it, and we'll just be like, yeah, he called the bottom. It's fine.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. Tommy, why do you want 3.8?
I can't even remember why I had that level marked out. I think it was like a POC on maybe that like grind up that came out of the that like grind up. It might have been the POC off the 2020 low, but I'm not exactly sure why I wanted it, but I still think we could see it. If it doesn't bounce there, I don't know where it's going to bounce.
I mean, it's the middle of this FVG. I know it for close enough.
It might be like a 3-day FVG with a big POC in there as well. So you have a lot of confidence
then, yeah. Ooh, it could be this. Oh, this. Yeah, whatever. I could see it happening though. I mean, it's not like I'm not gonna come out and be like, yeah, this chart's about to turn around. I mean, it could, but
that's just the most brutal downtrend I've ever seen.
Horrendous, dude. Literally
Well,
horrendous.
it looks like Grayscale ETH ETFs outflows are extremely slowing. They started out like 484 million in a day, 326 million a day, 350 million a day. And now we're starting to trickle down to like double digits, like 60 million in a day, 46 million in a day, 39 million in a day, 32 million.
That's what I'm saying, bro. They're almost out. I swear
and
they
yesterday
have
was
to
20
almost
million.
be out.
So we're seeing a trend that, that's slowing, which is a good sign because that's probably been most of the heaviness. I mean, along with the rest of the market tanking, of course, but that's been the most of the heaviness that's been hanging over ETH. But I mean, at this point, that most recent drop, that's basically pretty much priced in at this point. Now we just gotta, reclaim our levels and you hope they stick.
The people wanted USDTD. I mean,
I agree with this comment.
What?
The weekly candle on USDTD needs to be studied.
It does.
Yeah, it's like the opposite of Bitcoin's, just in the other direction.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I like that.
Yeah. I mean, dude, let's do this. Let's do this. Zoom in on that, Tucker. Or switch charts completely. Either one, whatever you want. Zoom in. Let's go to like the 2 hour, bro. Let's zoom in.
We'll go to the 90-minute. How about that?
90-minute. Okay.
Yeah.
Pull it out a little bit. Let's get a little bit more data than this. If that was Poopcoin USD, what would you be doing with that chart?
Yeah, this looks horrendous.
I'm just saying.
I know. No, I know.
I would have bought the wick low. I'm not gonna lie.
The sniper.
Yeah. But then I'd be underwater after it rolls over. So that's it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I would have hammered that.
The hindsight tour.
Yeah. You could still hammer it.
Yeah, it's still time to hammer it.
You do see this doing that while Bitcoin is doing this. Right. Perfect correlation. Perfect. Yeah. I just don't know here. Because I'm like, I want to say, like, it's not the end of, like, I understand, like, and I'm also done with the chop, and I also think we do kind of need to V-recover, and I don't think we need to go back down to the lows, but I also don't think we literally have to do that. Like, I think you can do this you know, like, and people, you know,
That would suck, bro. Your alts
It
would
would-
get murdered.
I mean, yeah,
Do you even
but,
understand what your alts would look like, brother?
dude, what this is
Can
like
you fathom?
what is this move? This is like 4 or 5%. Who cares?
I've had it. I care. I'm done, man. I'm done.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. That's why we don't have to go straight up in a straight line. We just went up 30% in 3 days, guys. Like, let's just take stock of that. Okay, 30% for Bitcoin in 3 days is not a small move.
It was like a
And now
$7,000 daily
now it's
candle
like,
yesterday.
oh, if we don't go straight to 70K, we're gonna nuke. It's like, no, right? No, you know what I'm saying? Is that
We
making
did.
sense?
I mean, we did see Bitcoin do the exact same thing low key though in late June. Now that I'm looking at the chart, where it hit the neckline right off of a bounce and then sold off again.
What, this?
No, the end of June.
Yeah.
Wasn't quite as aggressive, but
What, that?
yeah, we came into the neckline and rejected.
Yeah.
This is a different situation.
I was gonna say it's structurally much
Oh,
different,
Look
but
who we have here. Jackus was debated. Jackus, please explain why it's different. That's what you said, right?
Because yeah,
He says because
like
yeah.
that.
He said because yeah.
Because Bitcoin.
We're at 500 likes, Jackus. You're good.
see, I'm even
Right, it
saying
means
it could be much more so like this, right? Fine. That's totally fine. You guys need to relax. We don't need to go straight vertical.
Yeah,
Huh?
I think that would be fine too. But
That looks way more similar to what we just did, honestly. Like, does it not? Like, this looks way more similar.
Tucker, if we don't go straight up, I'm gonna panic sell and freak out. Okay.
I
We
know.
need to go straight up. Like I can't handle volatility. I will full stack Jeet every single position I have, and I'll cry. And I'll buckle over my keyboard and I'll cry.
Study this.
Can't do
Study
that.
this. This is fine.
No.
Right?
No. I'm too emotional, Tucker. I
know.
can't handle that.
Look, straight up, fine with me. This, fine with me. Anything below this, not okay. Not okay.
yeah, I would
Do you
say
even-
if you accept below the gap up we had yesterday, it's probably wrecked.
That's what I'm saying, Tommy, man. Do you know the emotions that people are going to be spewing on the timeline if Bitcoin is sub 58K again? Do you understand? Like, I can't bear that. I can't deal with what I'm about to see. The sentiment at 58K will be literally like Bitcoin just went to zero. It will feel like that. That's what it will look like.
Wait, what is happening, guys? What is
I don't know if
what
I can
are you
remain
talking
bullish
about?
for another downturn like that.
What are we
I've been
talking?
bullish for every single downturn. I don't know if I could do another one.
What are you talking about? Like, we retraced most of the pump candle and then
That's
we just went on to rip face. Like, what are we? And then it's like, no,
Tommy.
that would be kind of perfect though. Like, oh my God, shoulders in, zero. See you later. Right?
Tommy,
Like,
what's your current take on the market? Actually, I know that you've been still cautious, but I know that you have levels where you like be flipping. So I'm actually not sure what your thesis is right now, and I would like to hear more.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we came into 62K yesterday. That is our value area low for the entirety of the range. I want to see that flipped. And I think if you flip 62, you're headed right to like probably 76K. But if we reject it and form a shoulder here, then I think this could be a neckline retest still, which is why I've kind of continued to point to the fact that I want to see a V recovery, right? Like the NASDAQ PA. I think we can point to some other PA that would show a bit more of like a vertical recovery sort of structure from Bitcoin and Ethereum. But especially, I mean, Ethereum needs it a lot more than Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin structurally, you could argue, you know, it really doesn't need that much more effort to get into the range. But ETH structurally, I think still needs Bitcoin to drag it up. So if Bitcoin cannot drag it up, this is a neckline retest, then I do think that ETH will drag Bitcoin. ETH has the potential to drag Bitcoin lower for a lot of the reasons that we've stated on this show. But yeah, I think if you can reclaim value, and right now, I mean, for whatever reason on Binance, there is a big seller at 62K for Bitcoin.
What
if you could reclaim
a
that, we're
complete
back in
freak
the
that guy
range.
is, man. Like, what a complete freak. Why would you ever do that? That's sorry, Tommy. I just heard you say that and I just had a moment. Please continue.
Now, I mean, those are basically my thoughts. Like, I really think that the type of bounce that we've had should probably continue to V bounce, because if it doesn't, and Bitcoin comes down into forming another higher low, where does that leave something like Ethereum at the end of the day? And I think because I think ETH structure is a lot more fragile than where Bitcoin's is at right now. And if ETH is going to continue lower, there is enough supply of Bitcoin in ETH DeFi to drag Bitcoin lower, if that makes sense. But the flip side, you know, you accept above 62K, there's really, like, I really don't think there's that much overhang left, because you realistically, you wiped the longs that entered in the upper portions of value, right? Like with this candle lower, they're dead. You could probably still argue that there's some longs open. I wouldn't argue with it, but like, I also don't think it has to be that important unless you reject from here, right? Then you could probably see the bigger unwind. But I really just want to continue to put emphasis on, like, this is the level, 62K. You want to flip this level, and Bitcoin will look exceptional, I think, if you do. But if you don't, then I think it's really worse for ETH, which will probably bleed over. That weakness will bleed over into Bitcoin, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's a good take, and I always love like hearing all the ideas, because I think it's very helpful or fruitful for everyone. I personally do not think, like, I'm seeing the value range and I agree with it, but I personally have the range lows slightly differently to me, where I'm using the horizontals. And to me, we have reclaimed it here at basically 59K with the move we had yesterday, right? So I think that retraces here are possible, but they are basically buying opportunities right now. And I do not think we will even get much deeper pullbacks right here, because there's lots of people waiting for them now. And I think that if there was a bear case, it was sub like 59, like sub below there. That was still a bearish one, but we now printed a higher low and higher high on both BTC and ETH. And I do agree with the thesis that, like, ETH, like, I agree with the thesis that either ETH or BTC can be dragging each other. So, like, in the instance of ETH, I was saying that a few weeks earlier, where I was saying that ETH has just had a bearish market structure break. It's on a retest and can easily drag BTC down. Obviously, like, both have been dragged down by the external events in the world, not on its own, I would say. But like ETH was telling us ahead. But right now, I would say it's rather the opposite, where, like, I cannot see ETH going lower anymore. I think the bottom wick has been put in. I do not see new lows for ETH. Therefore, I do not even see much more new lows for BTC in that regard. So I rather think we will like keep on. It's not going to be like imminent V-shaped recovery where we are like that we just keep on going up on H4, right? Like there will be these little pullbacks, but I generally do not see the case really for ETH to go lower, and I do not see any resistance on ETH until like 3.2, 3.3K.
So what you're saying is that total leverage trader death will continue on all lower time frames. That's really what it's this grind higher to me has felt like. I mean, I've been trying to stay off the perpies. When you just like look at the super low time frames, ETH especially has been kind of like consolidate. You get a huge 2 or 3, 4% candle in either direction, and then it consolidates again and does the exact same thing. So it's just been very illiquid and very difficult, I think, to trade on leverage. What I'm looking for at this level is what does the price action look like on Bitcoin and ETH? Because we all know, I think, what bullish price action when you get into a resistance level looks like, where you kind of have like, okay, you set a high, but then you keep sweeping the high and you keep sweeping the high, like SFPs after SFPs, and bears think that, okay, I caught the top short, and then it's like, oh, shoot, I've been stopped out right away. And it's just kind of like that repeated slow grind into resistance. Whereas with distribution, you maybe see like a bit of a bleed, or I mean, we all like the obvious difference between vertical accumulation and distribution at a resistance level. Like what do we see here over the next few days as we head into the weekly close from these majors, right? Are they putting in that slow grind where we think they're going to pop back into value, or are they putting in price action that looks distributive?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Another maybe good or interesting view is that we had a pretty significant move up, basically nearly 30% from the lows on Bitcoin alone. And the OI hasn't been catching up with it, which is a good sign, very good sign. Like I would hate if OI was at new highs, and I think it will take time to get there, while the funding is staying at a very healthy numbers. So this is just, to me, confirms that, as you say, right? Like as usual, leverage traders gonna get wrecked, but spot should be printing higher from here. Well, from my point of view.
I still think the best way if you are concerned about downside is not perps, because you're gonna get incinerated trying to position yourself. Like just buy some tail puts if you're really that concerned about the market going lower.
I mean, leverage traders got wiped on this last drop. Look at the aggregated open interest on both Bitcoin and ETH. Oh my goodness. Absolutely carted out.
And it's not going up. I have a slightly different metric for it from CoinAlyze, but it's like on either of those, it's not going up, and I love it.
So does that tell you that this is a spot bid, or is this just kind of like the books refilling after being wiped out?
Probably both.
It just tells me that
spot bid.
Probably had some spot bid looking to take that liquidity. I don't know that you can discern too much either way, but we haven't had, I mean, Jackus is right. We haven't had too much OI come in just yet. So it could be either one, right?
So the hope is that when we see OI finally start to come in, it'll send us so much higher. And
yeah, wait, so we pumped 30% without a big increase in OI. What are we talking about here?
That's good.
Is that what I'm hearing? Yeah.
Well, yeah, the books were empty. Like they're dead empty. So that's why we kind of floated up on nothing.
So no one longed the bottom on perps, so they won't have to come get it later.
There you go, Louis. Let's go.
Bullish spot bid.
I will say that's also why I don't think we have to go lower, like, and why we should be recover rather than distribute if we're going to be bullish.
Yeah. Okay. I gotcha. I like those deviation bros, Max.
What do you like about it? Where did you go? Where did he go? He just complimented me and then he cheated himself. Where did he go?
I cheated myself. I clicked like the little like thing on the mouse for some. I've never clicked that button before on the mouse, but I accidentally clicked it and it cheated my screen.
Thanks for the compliment on my deviation. What do you like about my deviations, Tucker?
Well, I like them, but I like these more. Because you really see the deviation, bros. But
those are really nice.
How many deviations before it's not a range anymore?
It's over. It's over.
We will keep on deviating until 0.
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah, and you definitely have like, you got this.
Look at all that. That's for the taking. That's just ripe sitting there.
Yes, it is.
Come get me.
No, that's why, like, after the last drop, in July. That's why I was saying it's no longer, because if it's a deviation, you get one deviation. That was the one we had in May. That was a real deviation, and the bull market, and it made sense for the market to keep going up from there. But we got shorter term paused, and that's why in the July quote unquote second deviation Bruff, that was not a deviation anymore. That was a structural break. And the market then confirmed that we are in a shorter term pause, but in a larger time frame bull market. And this has played out now, this shorter bearish thesis, in my opinion. And now we continue the macro bullish trend.
Mm-hmm.
But why, Jackus? Why after the structural break in July and then another
Yes.
structural break a week ago? Why are we suddenly macro bullish now? Why is that enough? Why not lower?
Well, because there are key differences between now and July. In July, we were bouncing from nowhere, and it was the first sign of shorter term reversal. Versus now, we are bouncing from a higher time frame support, which is totally different. The sentiment is totally different, but mainly it's the wicks that got reset, and lots of that that leverage got wiped out, and so forth. Like this time, it's different, and it's ready for more upside. And
if you put on
the macro, yeah, and the macro or like the highest higher time frame structure does remain to be bullish from the basically since the impulsive first week's ETF leg.
We just gotta close above 61K on the weekly, and I'll be good. That's all I need.
That's 2 week you have there.
I know. No, I know. I want it on. I mean, obviously, because we have a 2-week close in 2 days, also, right? So,
Okay.
but that level across the board, all right? Like that's our quarterly VWAP or yearly VWAP. Like, let me look at the yearly VWAP actually.
You just Tucker put the VWAP from the January low this year. No, sorry, from the September low last
you want just an anchored? Where is it? There it is.
Yeah.
From where? September?
Yeah. No. From the September. Sorry, September 2023 low. Yes.
Okay. Let's see. It's probably
Because
right there. That's
looks
it.
good.
Looks real good.
Jackus.
No more.
Jackus.
No more.
I have one question left.
I think I know what it's going to be.
What is the like button? Do we go to the soybeans? That's the question he wanted to ask.
Guys, start panic liking before.
Oh no.
What are we at?
I don't even want to know, man. I don't even want to know.
We
not
have 30.
bad. Not 187 before we even ask. That's not bad.
It's not bad.
That's because they insta clicked it. They know what was coming.
They panic liked. Guys,
still, Max, I do not agree with the 200 mark anymore. Like, we keep producing better and better content, and there's more people in. So we need to constantly raising the bar, and the bar should now be 250 to 300 at minimum, if not 300 already, to be honest.
Jackus, they want bull market prices, but not bull market like button totals.
Can't have one without the other.
Guys, do us a solid. If you are enjoying the content, please just take one quick moment, support the channel, support the show, and hit that thumbs up button, guys. If you're on Twitter, you could hit the heart button. You can also hit the retweet button on X. A retweet is like 5 likes in one. Like we always say, we're always banging the drum on this. We dream to live in a world where our channel grows based on the quality of the content that we create. However, Mega cap tech overlords have determined that the only way that our channel gets boosted is through likes on our streams and our videos. It's a sad, sad reality that we live in, but it's ours, and we must make the best of it. So if you could help us, do me a solid, hit that thumbs up button, guys. Like the channel, subscribe to the channel, help us hit 20K on YouTube, share it on Twitter, do something. The only thing that you can do that is wrong is do nothing. All you have to do is do something. You can pick what you want to do, but help us, guys. Help us grow, please. Now, Jackus, I have one more question for you. All right, then I'm going to leave you alone for 5 minutes, and then I'll have more questions. But I have one question. Okay, one question. Are you ready?
No.
I have the question. I'm going to ask it.
Don't.
When moon?
Soon.
Oh.
Soon.
Soon moon.
Soon moon.
Soon.
I feel like
Lumble
Jackus
van.
low-key thinks we're going to be at like 72K in 7 days, but he just
Jack
hasn't said it yet.
Jack is bulled up. Jack is bulled up. I love it.
Like,
I'm serious, guys. The last time Jackus was this bulled up was about right here. Okay.
Yeah, I remember that.
I remember it very well.
I remember it well because we were super, super short ETH, and he was like, boys, we are going to pump.
Yeah.
You need to close that and get long. And I was like, Jack is study zero. And he's like, no, you don't get it. And then we didn't break down in October. And I was like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah. As soon as we broke through this and Jackus was bullish, I was like, all right, you know what? We're probably just gonna
Tucker, you and I have
probably
texted. I remember texting you about that. And I said, dude, I think we need to capitulate into longs right now. I remember texting you about it.
I know. No, I know. You were like, I think we just need to shove. I was like, all right, man, I'm down. I was like, I've had enough of this.
Within about 5 minutes, Tucker and I were both fully deployed long, like 100% net worth within 5 minutes.
And literally haven't changed that in like 9 months.
No, nothing.
Yeah.
Max was shoving ETH like 1700. He was like, all right, I'm done with this crap. I'm shoving.
I was.
And then he wrote it.
And I've been underperforming ever since. Thank God for ETH beta. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Here's a good question. Are you planning to full port yeet near the top? Oh wait, I don't know what he's talking about.
Price discovery or nothing or bust.
I do not know, but it will be 99 by then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to crypto years.
I won't have any hair left by the time this cycle plays out, guys.
Yeah, that's right.
Louis.
Tommy, they want some astrology alpha.
At least you won't have to hear about the XRP maximalism by then.
Dude, give the XRP maxis their pump already. Like they've been in this Bitcoin range for 6 years. Give it to them already.
God, dude.
I would hate myself holding this for 6 years. Like it's the most left-right curve right now. You're either the guy who's been holding it for 6 years and you'll be like Evan posting, 20,000 charts in the general chat about XRP to the moon. You'll be the hairdresser of Max.
Study Evan.
Or you will get everything together. You'll buy at the right time because you see the catalysts, you see the structure, you see everything, and then you're gonna dump it.
So many people are gonna like sell this way too early too. Like,
and
the people that have
do you know
held
what,
it forever see a slightest bit of green and just fumble the bag and sell it way too early too, or
True.
not at all.
Do you know what? Do you know what's the mid curve take? It's been ranging for 6 years. I'm not gonna touch it. That's the
Yeah.
mid curve right now.
Jack, as you've been holding it for 6 years, I can tell.
I swear not.
You sure?
I've been charting it for 6 years.
Waiting for this very moment.
Study patience.
Study.
Tucker, get that off the chart, bro. Get that. When's my new moon?
I don't
Are
know,
those
man.
circles?
They've been messing with us. They've been screwing with us with the moon.
They're lulling us to sleep until
What are these
Tommy was
lines?
saying
We're
something
not-
about the 11th.
If we're not at
New moon?
70K by the end of the show, I'm gonna punch my screen. That's it. That's all I have to say.
That's
70K.
fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Max had enough.
I
He
think we
wants
could
up
stab him
only,
for
and
58.
I'm in the same team. Guys, we had enough. Send it already, man. No more need for these little pico moves up and down ranging. Fuck that, man.
Yeah.
Send
Enough
it.
of the Euro scalpers 100xing this little range.
I think
every
we could
single
stab
day.
into the 58s real quick.
Dude, study.
Study that. Bottom. Cyclone said, "I'm tired, boss."
I'm tired, Grandpa. Well, that's too dang bad.
Too damn bad.
I watched that like a month and a half ago. It was so good.
Dude, study Mr. Sir.
You got some holes.
Yeah, bro, Mr. Sir.
You. So very few.
Oh man.
Classic.
Study
Mr.
that trip
Sir.
to East Denver.
Yeah, Mr. Sir. You
Study
wouldn't get it,
him.
bro. You wouldn't get it.
You wouldn't
You
understand.
wouldn't understand. Mr. Sir. Dude, and then Hector Zeroni.
Yeah.
Gosh,
Yeah.
man.
You're kind
What
of
a guy.
Even fewer.
Yeah.
That wasn't Madame
Oh.
Zeroni.
There was Matt. That was his grandma. Great.
That was his grandma.
Yeah.
Classic. Holy shit.
What do you guys think of IWM here?
Bullish
Reminds
throwback.
me of that BNB.
Oh my God.
Nobody cares about IWM.
Huh?
What?
What?
Nobody cares about IWM.
Here's why they care about it.
They
Because
don't.
Crypto has
Nobody
never
wants
gone
to
into,
see it.
Crypto has never gone into price discovery without IWM and price discovery first. It's never happened.
When likes are low, we will be going to IWM from now on.
A simple back test here. A simple back test. Study that.
Healthy
that's what I'm
5% nuke from the
Bullish
highs.
throwback.
Yes. Healthy.
That's like the perfect example of why you don't breakout trade. Like if you try to trade a breakout of
Oh.
IWM, like you just got some
Over.
Yeah,
Louis, you
that's
know that
it
just means
is
the next
over.
breakout on IWM you can ape.
Exactly. Yeah, you aped the second breakout.
all right. How about Jackus? What do people care about then? Give me a ticker. Give me a ticker.
They care about soybeans a lot.
Oh man, I care about soybeans.
All right. How about others dominance, Tucker? Do we want to talk about others dominance?
No,
Have we
nobody
made a high
cares about
time
that.
frame? Oh,
What is Soul
that's
BTC
bottom.
look
That's
like?
straight up bottomed. I don't even want to debate you guys. That is a bottom chart.
Yeah. I remember a few months ago, we were like up here, and I was still fully deployed. So
I
it didn't even
remember.
matter. But I was like, we do this, like we do this.
Yeah.
But
I remember.
look at that. I mean, study this. What are we talking about?
Study it. Go back one more cycle too, Tucker. That same thing happened 2 cycles ago. Right there.
This one?
To
Yeah.
the left. Yeah. Right there.
All right, so you hit one of these, and then you do that. You hit one of these, and do that.
Now keep that chart up, but put Bitcoin down below it. Let's show everybody what happens. Right below. Log mode. Oh, you're gonna change all your.
We're gonna have to go line. We're going line. It's easier.
I have a confession to make.
Oh no!
Wow.
No, don't do it. Don't do
Here
it.
it comes. Here
No.
it comes.
I'm terrified.
I have been using log mode way more frequently.
Good man.
As of late,
Good.
I missed
as
it.
much as
My
I talk
Wi-Fi
down
was
on
so
it. I
shit
think
right
it's useful for charting crypto, but
Yeah,
What did you say, Tommy? I
Bottom.
missed it.
you are maturing and becoming a better trader. Is all I hear. Good job, Tommy.
Louis, I've been using log mode a little bit more.
Wow. It might be time. It might be time.
Wow.
Log mode. If we start getting going here, log mode is crypto
Wow.
is the log mode. Exponential gains. That's what we're here for.
Wow.
Tucker, please. What are these lines, bro? What are you
I
doing?
don't know. I just did it to when it bottomed.
Oh, that's interesting. So when
Tucker.
other dominance
No.
historically has put in a high time frame, high or low, Bitcoin's gone on a face ripper after that.
Yeah, I think we're gonna need candles here though, and I'm so sorry, but we're gonna have to do this. How do I make this save, Max?
Go to default, bro, at the very bottom left.
Reset.
There you go.
Easy. All right.
Tucker, when you're
Yeah.
done, I have a request for you.
Okay.
Pepe Garci, isn't this purple, green, red chart? Few remember purple, green, red. But yes, kind of. It was others divided by Bitcoin. This is others dominance. So it's slightly different, but same concept, same idea.
See,
Yes.
the problem here, Max, is that Bitcoin was in price discovery when, I mean, technically compared to last cycle, we did get into price discovery though. We didn't bottom, but
I'm not one to trip over granularities, Tucker.
hold
Bottoms
on.
in.
Yeah. Yeah, bottoms in on others dominance.
You heard it here, ladies and gentlemen.
You heard it here first. Now we're just gonna literally do that. My God, can you imagine?
I can imagine.
I can fathom.
I can fathom.
I need it.
So Louis' pupils are dilated right now.
Yeah, they are.
So
No, you can't. You can't because I'm putting in trade alerts for the Discord members, so
Louis,
Father
your pupils are
issues.
dilated.
we can't give those away for free.
Louis, your pupils are dilated. That means you're locked in.
I am locked in. I'm putting in trade alerts.
And I want to know what you're working on back there. Because I've
looking-
never seen a man have that kind of look in his eyes before. It's
All right.
terrifying.
Just put me up.
You
We'll
okay?
we'll give the trade alert for free today. That's what I was dialing in.
Louis, 58.
I think we could take a stab into 58 on a flush real quick. I'm not.
Ooh, do I look like a
don't
guy
care
that
if we
can
do.
handle a local flush to 58 without having an emotional breakdown? Do I look like I can handle that? What do you? Unbelievable.
It's bullish cope because I didn't catch the long from here from 54.3. I did close shorts here though. This was a nice little scalpy we had in the Discord.
Yep.
But I wish I would have rather caught this, but I wouldn't have taken it here. We completely front ran this low too. I was looking for at least this low. I was like, they're not giving it to us, are they? I was like, all right, I'm closing. But yeah, I mean, to look for long, I think pullbacks are for longing, and I think pullbacks are for buying from here on out until proven otherwise. So that's the mode I'm in right now.
I like it, Louis. Give me a TP on this, brother.
Let's see.
I'm setting bids right now. Where's my TP?
I'll be TP1 at 63.2.
Not high enough.
And then I'll go for range highs, 71.
I like that. That's a good TP.
Yeah, let's zoom out here.
Check TP. You guys like how I'm cornering all my teammates into being bullish?
Yeah.
Do you like that? As soon as I hear anything but up only, I just basically lock them. I just lock them in like they get a timeout, you know. You just
But let's look at this weekly candle, man.
What is that red thing, Louis, on the right
An
side?
arrow.
Oh, okay. I'd never seen an arrow presented like that before.
It's the Chach arrow.
Okay.
Chachi.
That's
Hey,
the
by the way,
wise guy
guys,
arrow.
Not to interrupt the conversation, but I guess it just came out that the SEC subpoenaed or has already subpoenaed 3 venture capital crypto-based firms this year, and there's, I guess, 2 more that just received notice they're about to get something similar. I'm going to guess that Jump is going to be one of those 5 firms in some capacity, but kind of confirms what we were speculating on last week.
Why? Because did Jump do something with like TRB or anything like
Luna.
that? Or
Luna. Yeah, they did a bunch of back behind the like restaurant type of deals during the whole Luna stuff that when it was going down to kind of save their own ass. But yeah, they're definitely going to get in trouble for that.
Well, they're out, so
They're out long.
They got a lot of soul. They got a lot of soul. They're at least bullish on soul.
The long liquid crypto hedge funds are in. VCs are out.
Oh, guys. I have some ancient alpha right here. Max.
Tucker.
Can you see my screen on like the bottom? Like, do you see?
Oh, study the current.
Study the current, man.
How, are we at CN2?
We hit CN3. Almost 4.
Wow.
And you're bearish on?
Wow.
Study.
Wow.
So that seems to me like the arrow is pointing to 120K.
Yep, it is. We'll say 110. We'll say we'll hit CP3 again. There you go. Looks about right.
You understand the current.
You can trade the currents. It's been respected. These pitchforks work. I don't really I just use the current like once in a blue moon, but people that know how to draw pitchforks, they actually do. They do hit. They're kind of nice.
You guys follow Goomba? Is that his name? Goomba?
Mario, bro.
There's this guy on Twitter. I think his name is Goomba. He's all about the pitchfork. He plays it well.
I don't know why, but it sounds so funny when you pronounce it.
Goomba. I know it does.
It's Goomba and Uncle Tony. Like, you gotta follow those 2.
Wait, is Tony the guy that got mad at me the other day?
Yeah, it's my Uncle Tony.
He got mad at you.
We're gonna have a sit down.
Is he actually your uncle?
No, bro.
Oh. I was like, you need to talk with your uncle then,
no,
bro.
That's not my uncle, bro.
That was out of left field. Tony got mad at me.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I did see Tucker threw that in the chat, and I was like, "Oh, I saw that." I mean,
oh yeah, I put that in the Discord. I put that in the Discord 3 nights ago, and then I brought it up on Market Check, and Max was like, "Wait, but I tweeted about this morning," and I was like, "Well, I put it in the Discord last night," and then 3 hours later on Twitter, he like freaked out at you.
You know what's funny, man, is when people they try to claim like intellectual property over like an idea. We all watch the same kind of shit, man. Like we all watch the exact same stuff. It's just kind of how you interpret it and like how you visualize it. But like I've seen so many people like they get like overly protective over an idea that's like, I mean, generally well known in public, you know.
Yeah.
I posted it first. You took my chart.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you didn't. There's none of us out there have ever created like. I mean, okay, I've had some pretty crazy pairs. I will actually say there's probably some pairs that I've charted that nobody has, but like most people, like you just see an idea or somebody says something and then you like expand on it. It's like it's no different than it's like imagine the guy that first invented the cell phone being like, Steve Jobs ripped off my idea of a cell phone. Like the iPhone is a ripoff. It's like no, like
It's always like that. Even Steve Jobs was like that. Like Steve
Yeah.
Jobs was basically like that towards Bill Gates.
I'm pretty
You don't-
sure they
you don't
made a
own an
movie.
He's
idea.
like, you stole my operating system, you know? Fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah.
What did the Winklevoss?
It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. Like
Everyone will feel like it if the Steeler comes around. It's normal. But I
Yeah.
think it's also I mean, it's hard to find balance there, right? Because I feel it's okay if someone like takes the chart and interprets it in his own way and adds additional layers to it, because that expands the view on the current matter, right? Like, for example, I was sharing the BTC versus M1 money supply and few of these other charts, and another person can look at the same and then add a new layer or a new view, or he finds like something that wasn't posted in the same one, right? But I think that there's also lots of people who just blatantly like copy paste it, and it's hard to distinguish.
Yeah.
It is hard between those who like adds those layers and has something to say versus those who just take the chart, copy it, and just try to grab the cheap engagement on social media, which is what the world is nowadays. So
I've had some people literally like screenshot my charts and then they post them.
Yeah,
you
I've
know?
seen a bunch of that.
That's terrible. I've only called out one guy for doing that, which was Paulie. That was the only guy I've ever called out for it. But I don't really care, man. Like if I'm sharing an idea on a fucking public website, like a forum, like Twitter, like what do you think's gonna happen? You post it on there for people to see it. People are gonna screenshot it. They're gonna share it. Like if you're good at charting and analysis, like for one, you don't need to gatekeep and keep things like proprietary. Like you'll always be tinkering and coming up with new ideas or expanding on existing ones. But the idea of like, you stole my idea.
Liar on top of it.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. And like I literally didn't steal it. Like I literally have like I have 1,000 pairs saved, you know, and I'm like always playing with charts. It's crazy, man. I don't even know who he is. You know, he's your uncle, but I didn't know who he was. Now I know who he is.
My CMT uncle.
Yeah, man, CMT.
How do we feel about CMT?
uncles.
I went to the school of Tucker Nachi lines, man.
School of Hard Knocks.
I went to the school of drawing diagonal lines until they started working on TradingView.
That's what works, man. Study it. Wait, hang on. Why isn't the current gonna? We're gonna do this. Yeah. Come on, baby. I need more. I need more data, but
Strong uptrend.
I mean, this one's bullish. The weekly is for sure bullish.
What makes it bullish that we're in a level of value?
Yeah, you gotta hold this though. Come down here.
No. That's not how it works, Tucker. That's not how it works.
I got 200 on here. You gotta hold. Was it the 2 week that was also just stupidly bullish? Yeah. You're gonna top out at CP3. There you go. Study.
But it moves all the time, so CP3 at that point might be.
I know it's moving higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we have 300 likes. We need 400 for Jackass, and yeah, guys, I have 10 minutes.
It's not looking good, bro.
It's not looking good.
What?
Not looking good for Louis.
You need 5,000 likes to see Jackass's face. Remember that.
5,000
Unless that offer is
likes.
no longer valid. Because they're going to end up botting the stream one day.
Someone is going to create like 5,000 free accounts just to do that.
We should use AI to construct Jackass's face from like his voice.
Basically.
What do you think about this Binance sell wall, Tommy?
I mean, Binance is moving the market. Like,
Are they just manufacturing a pullback right now? Like, what are they doing?
they engineered the pump. They engineer the pullback.
Do you still think that's the case, Tommy? You can follow up on that too. If is like Binance still in control, or is it split between Binance and Coinbase? Or let me know.
I think when we trend super aggressively, like in a breakout, it's usually driven by Coinbase premiums, right? That's something that we've seen
Patriots.
for, like, yeah, the Patriots in control. But I would, since this range, it's like every pump is kind of the same footprint as the last few days, where you had FDUSD Bitcoin pair putting in a lot of volume in the spot market, and like nobody trades with FDUSD except for Binance. So you can kind of bet on the cartel is the one pumping it. And I don't know if they still have the, yeah, so FDUSD still has a premium over Binance spot as well as Coinbase spot. So as long as that's the case, you know, and here's the alpha with this pair, guys. Look at when this pair went live. Study when the bull market started. Study fraud. Feature, not a bug.
Indeed.
What is that?
This is
Fraud.
the new BUSD. This is their Fugazi stablecoin.
What are we talking about?
FDUSD.
What are we talking about? We should be charting everything in FDUSD.
Yeah.
Fugazi stablecoin. It legit has that F in the name.
Fugazi.
Fugazi USD.
Foo.
But yeah,
it's
I
all
do still think
Fugazi. It's a wazi. It's a woozy. It's a fairy tale. It doesn't exist. It's woo.
Oh. Oh wow.
Binance and Bitfinex still control the market. Don't let the bankers fool you.
Oh yeah, I agree with Bitfinex, man. I was trading actively on Bitfinex back in the days.
How was the exchange?
There was
I've actually been on it.
It was great, and there was actually it was just limited on pairs, and I remember that you actually had a minimum amount that you could have deposited on, otherwise you couldn't trade on it. I think it was 10K, like you needed $10K to be able to trade there, nothing less. So it was really like there was no retail.
What are you doing, Tucker?
Just being schizophrenic. Green, good. Red, bad. That's all there is.
I like that.
Simple.
Are those rectangles?
Yes, they are. Rectangles.
Weekend pump, guys. Weekend pump.
CME gap.
CME gap. ETH needs the CME gap.
But wouldn't it then not fill the CME gap?
We need a double CME gap to the upside. 3,200. And then next week we come back after gapping through the gap and fill both.
Study ETH FDUSD.
I haven't even looked at this chart, I'll be honest.
Oh
I
my
think we need,
god, bro.
I think we need to unstudy a little bit. We are studying too much.
Too much studying. Yeah, you're probably right.
Someone had to say it.
What is the yearly VWAP cloud look like on the FDUSD pair versus the other ones? And ETH isn't the best barometer. What does it look like on Bitcoin?
Hang on, let's just make sure it's on yearly. Yeah, it is. Oh wait.
This is the perfect time to shove in ETH.
Why, Jackus?
I think it's the same, Tommy.
Just because study the rock.
The rock.
What'd you say, Jackus?
Yes.
That's my thing.
You think this is the perfect time to shove in ETH?
Yes.
Cloud.
Explain, Jackus. That's a bold statement.
Why?
Just because?
No, I don't
Bitcoin.
accept that. No, I don't. I refuse to accept that. Why?
Shame.
I think ETH above 2,600, it's gonna just teleport to like 3, and then that's like one of the final bosses.
I will
There
show
you
you
go.
why it's the perfect time to shove in ETH. I already know why. Here's why. I will show you right now. Jackus
That's
is
a
gonna-
proper deviation. Let's do
Jackus is gonna
PO3 on
go.
that.
Yeah.
So watch this. Ready? This is why. I already know Jackus has his computer up, and he's got this line right here, and he's got perfect retest in the PO3, which is the red box, and he's got his low, his high, and he's saying that this is a low and this is a deviation, and we're about to do this. This is if Jackus was not being greedy about the likes, this is what he would show you right now. I know this man's trading style. This is what Jackus is liking right here. Boom. This is what Jackus is expecting.
Mm-hmm.
Study.
Upside.
What do you think, Jackus?
Because Ethereum.
Oh, should we change the name?
They would eat us.
So, Jackus, let me ask you a question.
Oh
Since-
no, here we go again.
Since you're expecting this, which I know is what you're expecting because I've studied Jackus, I've studied the chef. I've been watching the chef cook in the kitchen for a long time now. This is what you're looking at. I know how you trade. If you think that ETH is going to bounce here, what do you think ETH beta is going to do?
Probably go to 0.
God. God.
You say if you
Yeah.
claim this?
Wait, what, me?
You say if ETH doesn't reclaim this, it probably goes to 0?
No, he just said 0. He's saying ETH USD is doing this, but ETH altcoins, ETH shitcoins are going to 0, which doesn't make any sense. I was baiting him into being bullish, but he wouldn't.
Bendel's still going to 0.
You got debated.
Jackus. What? I'm literally Googling that. I have to.
Debated.
I can't go another minute not knowing what it means.
You
Urban
wouldn't get it.
Dictionary.
Or is it like a board game?
A Twitch emote or face.
Louis, you know what's debated, right?
Not from the word debated. Maybe if I saw it, I'd have more context. But
I literally just looked it
Bruh.
up and I still don't know what it means.
let me Google it now.
I don't get how you guys are younger than me and don't know it, man.
All right, let me look it up.
How old are you, Jackus?
Cipher.
Yeah, who is that guy? I don't know who that is.
Okay, I get it.
Jackus, are you secretly like 45?
No, I'm not that grandpa.
He's 50. He's 51. He's 51.
No.
But he looks good for 51. Like you wouldn't think that if you saw him. But he's 51.
Is debated like Rick rolled?
What does it mean?
Get Rick rolled.
Comes from baiting, the tricking or manipulation of someone in a humorous way.
Yeah, it's like getting Rick rolled.
Boys were pumping.
Did I
Are
get
we?
front run? Did the
On the like button.
Boys were pumping.
This is why I don't want to
The
give my
FD
trades out because I got
premium.
front ran by the.
Tommy, there's the yearly VWAPs, by the way, on Binance USDT and then Binance FD USD.
I've been trying to find alpha with this pair for a while. Like I charted FDUSD against like Tether and against USDC at times. Like
Louis looks 40.
I'm gonna show you the alpha right now. Are you ready for me
Will
to show you
is
the alpha
40.
right now?
Yeah.
This
dude,
is
Will is 40 and in the shitcoin trenches, man. He is an absolute
Yeah.
beast.
He's a monster.
Wait, do I really look 40 though? That kind of pissed me off.
You will be soon with this price action.
I know.
Louis, they said I look like Vitalik, but
Look like Vitality.
That's bad.
God.
That's bad.
That was a
I hope
bad
I don't look
insult.
like Vitalik.
Depend on which regards, right? Like there is a certain picture with Vitalik that I think Tommy wouldn't be ashamed of.
Exactly.
Foundation shorted the top and he got a girlfriend. That was it. You got to study the ETH Foundation. Like they can't keep getting away just dumping on everybody.
It said Louis is 40 or 12. No in between.
No, in between.
Oh my
Shit. Oh yeah, man, I'm getting up there.
God.
Dad bod is real. I'm fighting it every day.
Max, Emilia's got a point there in the comments. Gotta say.
What's his point?
What's his
Just
point?
joking, man.
What did he say?
Everyone's like, what? What's going on?
What did he say? Hang on. Where, I don't even see it. Where is it?
Wow, I'm
It's too long
28.
now.
How old are you?
Amelia?
I am the
Everyone
youngest.
is like,
You're right.
Oh,
You're
wait,
the youngest, Tommy?
What?
They think
No, I'm
Tommy's
not
28.
I'm not
They
28.
think me, Max, and Tommy are all 28. And then Jackus is 34. And
what
Louis
is going on?
Louis 12.
Max 30, Jackus 32, Tucker 29. Booty Bandit got mine right. I am 29, by the way. Tommy
Nobody's
is
got
not.
mine.
Tommy is 28.
Jackus.
Bob 30. Will Infinity.
What the
Louis
fuck?
12.
Max 21. Jackus 80. Oh man.
Here's your
Wow.
alpha. Here's your alpha.
What do we have here? Whoa.
ETH FDUSD paired against
Oh, no.
ETH USD. The spread.
Is that the
Wow.
East chart? Okay.
The spread between ETH FDUSD and
No,
then ETH
wait.
on Coinbase.
No, you just need to slightly edit that, Max, and you need to put USDT at the end, not USD on
yeah.
Binance. And you need to use use Binance. USDT on Binance. Yes,
Yeah.
this one.
Oh,
Now we are talking.
Study
Look at that bottom. Look at that bottom. On like the one we just had, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
We know a good bottom when we see one, right, Jackus?
That's a
Yeah.
dad joke, Louis. You're becoming a dad. I'm proud of you for that one.
I know. I dropped it in the Discord chat this morning too.
Max, there is negative alpha in what I'm looking at right now. What,
You wouldn't get it, bro.
there is no signal in that. Make it like an SMA. Yeah.
no, I'm
Their
26.
shareholder is
I'm 26.
There's negative signal.
negative signal.
I actually agree. There's negative signal in this.
Yeah.
I'll find something. Let me open it.
I mean, there's like little correlations like here and there, but nah, man. I'm kind of with you, Tucker.
Negative signal.
Someone said when ETH FDUSD trades at a premium, it's signal, and this is proof that that's not true.
I don't know if there's necessarily like signal on a higher time frame on it yet, but at least like short term, it's pretty good signal for some extreme moves. When I mean, if FDUSD is leading the market to the upside, it's usually like that's usually when the market will pump pretty hard,
right,
as yesterday would illustrate.
Let's look. So that happened when there was a premium yesterday at the low. That was good signal.
FDUSD bottomed the market, man.
Yeah, it did yesterday. That was pretty clear yesterday that FDUSD stepped in, started trading at a premium. ETH pops. No question. Right here, maybe there is signal on the lower time frames. Like right
Trending up
here.
right now too.
Look at this. Lower time frames, there is signal.
Yeah, but it was grinding up when we were nuking Louis. That's the only thing I see. That's what I was looking at.
We're gonna say there might be signal, but I don't know what it is yet. That's what we're gonna say.
Fugazi.
There's definitely something here. You know, I just don't know if it's perfect. I don't know if you can use it alone. No one say that. No one say it out loud. No one say it.
Okay.
No one say it.
Matt Fury's birthday is August 14th.
Thank you, Tucker. All right, we're gonna call the show, guys. We've been going for an hour 20. Tommy, take us out.
Sure, I can wrap us up. We've reached that stage where we just kind of yap for a few minutes before we wrap up. But yeah, guys, no, thanks again for tuning in. It has been an insane week for markets. I mean, I feel like insane doesn't even do it justice as an adjective. We'd almost have to like invent a new word to describe what this week was. Chaotic doesn't do it justice, but I'm sure the next few weeks will not disappoint either in that regard. We'll see what we got, though. We'll see what we get. But yeah. Jackus is moisturized.
Stay unbothered.
You guys got to make sure that you stay moisturized and unbothered this weekend as well. Just a few quick reminders before we wrap up. BB Wealth Management has officially launched, guys. That is our hedge fund. We are so excited that we can finally bring this to the table, not just so that we as a team can trade it, but also that you, the community, have the opportunity to invest as well. So if becoming an LP or an accredited investor is something that interests you, we do have more information linked in the description below. And we absolutely crushed this move down. By the way, I wanted to toot our own horn once again. We smashed it. I mean, we hedged. We made money on the dip. I'm sure a lot of other entities are not able to say the same. So if you would like us to potentially manage your money and you meet the investor requirements, guys, we are an SEC registered fund. We do have information linked in the description below. We also have our BB Academy, which launched a few months ago, guys. And for my money, it is the best comprehensive trading course that you can find in all of crypto. You get to learn from the entire BB team, obviously how we all approach markets, how we trade, and how we all analyze charts and go about our processes. And I think that is invaluable that you're able to learn from so many different traders, whether or not you're trying to form an educational base and get started, or whether you're trying to reach trading mastery. Like I said, I do think for my money, it is the best course on the market that you could possibly find, especially for the price, which I'm sure Jackus would argue is he would probably wish it was even still a little bit higher, but it is a phenomenal course, guys, and I cannot recommend it enough. Not to forget, I have to mention it, guys. We are launching our new product very, very shortly. We are so stoked to finally be able to bring this to you guys. A lot of back end work has gone into this and a lot of time as well. The BB Terminal, which will soon be your one-stop shop for all things trading. It will be an incredibly useful tool that you'll be able to use on a daily basis, on a high time frame basis. We are, like I said, beyond excited that we can finally bring this to you, and it is very comprehensive. You will see when we launch it, but of course, over the next few weeks and coming months as well, we will continue to better the product as well to make it the best possible product in the entire market. It is, we're getting really excited about it though, guys. I really love it.
Do we have a sneak peek we could give or no? Anyone? Do we have any teasers, Max?
I mean, yeah, of course. Do you want me to pull up teasers?
I haven't
No.
even seen this thing yet. Tease me.
Louis doesn't even know what's
I don't
going
even
on.
have early access
Come on.
beta. Like,
I mean, it's pretty sick, man. Like, so here's
pretty sweet.
this is a little bit dated. Like, there's going to be a few changes beyond this. So like this is kind of what the dashboard will look like. It's going to look a little bit different, but like kind of like the gist of like your portfolio management. Definitely some changes have been made. And then let me find another page. Again, like there's been definitely some changes. And here's another one. You know,
I like that line.
yep. So you have like you'll be able to toggle between the order books and Agger on this, and you're gonna have like all your OI and CBD and all your Tommy stuff down there. It's gonna be sweet. And then I think I've got one more just quick here on the desktop, but like we've made some changes. This is definitely not showing all of it, so just know. But like automated, easy to use comparison spaghetti charts, pretty cool. But yeah, there's a lot more on here too. There's like heat maps and DCA calculators, back testing, like whole bunch of stuff. High time frame, like on-chain indicators, like terminal price, wallet count, all that Bitcoin stuff. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty sweet, guys. Like it's got everything you're gonna need. And it's gonna
trade from there.
like every day. Yeah, you can actually trade through it too. So we're gonna have initially like 5 or 6 exchanges that you can trade through, but we have compatibility for up to 100. So basically every exchange out there, more or less, that you'll use, you'll be able to actually execute through this, which is really cool. And then we're going to be implementing some other strategies too. It was actually Jackus's idea, where like if the Bitcoin fear and greed index hits like 30 or something, it will automatically buy for you. So it's going to be pretty cool. But that's coming later. Like we're going to get it out for beta testing. And then every day you guys log in, you'll see little changes. Like it's just going to continue to over the next 6 months. It's going to improve quite a bit. Like it's going to have everything. So yeah, we spent a lot of time, a lot of money on this thing. So I can't believe a website costs this much. Like we're aping. Like we are aping, but
this has been a year, Max, a year in the making.
I have the initial voice recording saved that I sent you and Tommy, and I was like, we need to make something called the BB terminal. I was like, here's why. I have the recording saved still of me. I was on a walk and I was just like talking into my phone. I was like, I just have to get the idea to you guys immediately. It's like, we have to do this, whatever it takes.
I have not seen guys Max being more excited about something else than BB terminal. I gotta be honest.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. It's all in one, man. Like it's everything that we all use on a daily basis, but it's like all mushed into one like super website. And it's really like what we tried to do with it is it was kind of like the Robinhood approach, where Robinhood took options trading, which was complicated and hard to understand, which a lot of this stuff with crypto is for newer participants. We tried to take that and bring it to a website for you guys where it's got all of the information and data that you need to be successful in these markets, but it's easier to understand and to use and to share. And we have a Telegram as well that's going to be a part of this. So all day, every day, if you have a BB terminal subscription, you're going to get alerts when there's like important changes in the market, or something like that. So it's going to be epic. Like it's going to be a game changer. No question. Like I've seen everything that's out there. I've used everything that's out there. We all have. And this has been created and designed by the BB team for about a year now. So we're getting really close. It's arguably ready for launch, but I keep pushing it off because I notice little things like I'll be like, hey, that button needs to move like a quarter of a millimeter, or hey, that the axis is off, or that font looks wrong, or hey, we need to have a button here that does this. So I don't know. I know when we release it, it's not going to be perfect. There's actually going to be a lot of problems, and I want everybody's help that uses it. Like I want everybody to look at it and help critique what needs to be different about it. You know, like I don't want it to come out and I don't want people to be like just overwhelming, like this is amazing, like blah, 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 blah. It's going to be great, but like I want you to tell me what needs to be different about it. Like I want your input on making this the absolute best possible tool for people that are interested in investing seriously in crypto. Like I want your constructive feedback and I want you to feel like your hands are on this and your fingerprints are on it. Like I want as much feedback as we can get because I know there's going to be issues with it, but yeah, we've spent a lot of time on it. I'm pretty picky, you know, I know exactly what needs to change, but yeah, I want to hear from you guys. So it's coming out like within like 2 weeks. We could arguably release it now, but there's some last minute changes that I keep implementing. So soon. It's going to be sweet though, guys. It's going to be really awesome. It's going to have everything. So
Get
Hell
excited.
Revolutionary.
Yes, get
Love
excited.
it. I love it.
get jacked up. It's got AI in it too. It's got an AI like financial advisor, which is cool.
Pump
Now
it.
you sound like Jensen
Yeah.
Huang.
Pump it. AI. AI.
And it has a Jikis AI tool there as well.
I think Rez is one of my devs. He's like he's one of the guys. He probably took the screenshots on. I don't know.
The
I don't
devs
know.
dev, yeah.
He's the devs dev. There's a layer of devs.
The
So
derivative of dev.
he's
Yeah.
probably one of the devs, and he sent the screenshots over. So I don't know who he is though. Actually, maybe I've met him. I've talked with a lot of the devs. I don't know. Anyways, that's it, Tommy. Now we're officially done.
All right, I will take us out one last time. The devs are, in fact, doing something, guys. The devs are always doing something at BB, but we are so excited for BB Terminal to finally launch, get that product where you guys can finally start using it. But I already ran through all of our products, so if you're a market check enjoyer, you can catch us again on Monday. A reminder that we are live Monday through Friday, with a typical start time around 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, whenever the New York Stock Exchange is open. Of course, we also have Market Talk, which is our Twitter space hosted by King Wabi. He always does a great job on those spaces as well, and I like to think of them as a fireside chat where the theme of the conversation can always take on a different flavor based on who is on the panel. So if you are looking for a little bit more of a fix to satisfy your needs after this wild week, you can catch Wabi later this afternoon, typically in the afternoons. Just stay subscribed and following our Twitter so you can be notified, not just when we schedule those spaces, but also when we go live. But that's it from us, guys. I hope that you all have an amazing weekend. I'm going to tell you to try and relax and enjoy yourselves and distance yourself from the charts. I know you probably won't be able to do that last thing after the week that we just had, but do whatever you need to do to unwind a little bit this weekend, guys. It's been a crazy week, a lot of volatility and swings, I'm sure, in P&L, but it is finally Friday, finally the weekend. And as always, guys, thanks again and stay safe.